In 1995, this town in Bosnia witnessed the worst massacre in Europe since the Holocaust. On the 11th of July 1995, at the end of the Bosnian War, General Ratko Mladic attacked the town of Srebrenica. At the time, the UN declared safe zone was only being protected by a few hundred Dutch peacekeepers. 25,000 men, women and children gathered outside the town in Potocari seeking the UN's protection. But over 10 days, 8,372 Bosniak men and boys were rounded up, stripped of their personal belongings and IDs, and systematically killed. In 2004, the UN War Crimes Tribunal for former Yugoslavia and the International Court of Justice established that the killings were in fact genocide. Theodore Moran, the judge who oversaw the tribunal in The Hague, said that by seeking to eliminate a part of the Bosnian Muslims, the Bosnian Serb forces committed genocide. Many of the bodies were dumped in mass graves by Serb forces but then dug up and scattered at other sites. The search for the remains of victims continues years later. In 2003, a memorial graveyard was opened in Potocari to honor the victims. The site was chosen because it was a place that many women last saw their sons and husbands. Only 580 bodies were buried at the time. Each year, more bodies are excavated and identified through DNA analysis. Bodies have been found in 570 locations around the area. Surviving family members gather on July 11 to comfort each other and to bury the remains of their loved ones. However, many Serbs denied that a genocide ever took place. Under the Dayton Accords, Bosnia is now made up of two entities, the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina and Republika Srpska. Srebrenica falls under the Republika Srpska, and today its population of 13,000 is 50% Bosniak and 50% Bosnian Serb. Though both groups live and work side by side, systematic discrimination is still prevalent in national institutions. Fewer than 10% of police officers in Srebrenica are Bosniak. Inequality also persists in schools and even post offices. While Bosniaks come together to commemorate the victims of genocide in July each year, some Serbs celebrate the Liberation Day of Srebrenica. In 2020, the local priest of Srebrenica, Aleksandar Mlađević, described the killings as part of a long history of defense against Muslims. According to Hikmet Karchik, a genocide scholar, this is all part of a larger strategy of genocide denial. Aside from the memorial, none of the sites of the mass killings in Srebrenica are marked. Mothers of victims have campaigned to put up plaques, but local authorities have refused, and children at school don't learn about the genocide. Bosnian Serb MPs have rejected calls to criminalise genocide denial. Over the years, the International Criminal Court for the former Yugoslavia has convicted high-level officers, including Ratko Mladic, whose genocide conviction was upheld in 2021. But an estimated 20,000 lower-level participants took part in and carried out the genocide. They have never been convicted. Some of those former soldiers went on to become policemen or public officials. Even Srebrenica Serb Mayor Mladen Grujicic denies the genocide and has never visited the memorial center. Despite the Srebrenica genocide being officially recognized by the International Court of Justice, there are still countless victims and survivors awaiting truth and justice as genocide denial continues.